do you prefer to see a circumcised or uncircumcised?
Circumcised.
Well,
and I've seen both, and I'm not. It looks like
Sammy?
an old roll-on.
I don't know if I've seen both, but from what I hear, when they're excited, they're the same. So,
insensitivity training for a politically correct world. We appreciate you giving us some time listening this morning. Keep telling people about the show. Get them to tune in and listen. I don't care how you do it. You can listen on the radio, on the FM. You can listen on the stream, on the iHeartRadio app.
Yeah, do it.
You can listen on podcast. However you consume. Do it. You can find us on thewoodyshow.com. We're on all the different platforms for podcasts as well. But if you want to call and be part of the show, 877-44-WOODY. You can send us a text over to 22987. I'm Woody. That's Greg Gorey.
Hi, Woody.
There's Menace right there.
What is up, Woody?
Gina Grad.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. We got Seabass.
Hi.
There's Sammy.
hello.
And we do have the phones open at 877-44-WOODY. And that text, because we do have a round of questions for the fellas.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and so this starts with Gina because Gina had a couple very specific questions. I know that Morgan and Sammy, they've got some questions too. So as the men in the room try to answer the questions, if there's something that you want to chime in with, please call, text at those numbers that were provided. Gina Grant, what is the first question, please?
Oh, God, I have so many. This is something I've been wondering since I was a teenager and being accused of causing them. Are blue balls a real thing?
Yes.
Because then I heard they weren't.
No, it is a real thing. I don't know. I mean,
I've been told that they're a real thing, but I have never suffered.
Yes,
How would you explain
I've experienced it.
I've never had it hurt like some guys claim.
Yeah, it's like a grazing. It feels like a grazing. So
Like a sack tap?
I couldn't tell you.
Here's how I could best describe it. So let's say you get yourself, or somebody works you up.
Sure.
Right. And like your body is now in the mode of it's on.
Right.
Mhm.
This is happening.
This is going down.
So it prepares, right? And then all of a sudden it shuts down because nothing happens, so
Right.
nothing was produced, right?
Yeah.
The next time you get like a rage or whatever. And so I think it depends on the intensity of just how worked up or turned on you are.
But does it physically hurt?
Yes. Like I said, like a grazing.
What does that mean?
There's a difference between being full on kicked and then a grazing. Some guys will say that the kick is worse or the grazing is worse. Either one.
Like a paper cut's worse than a
correct.
a bigger
yeah,
cut.
correct.
Okay, for folks who don't have them, I would say it's any kind of contact down there that's unpleasant is most similar to a really hard gut punch. It's similar
Yes.
area,
Yeah.
similar lack of, you can't breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting because on another note, because I have sack tap questions, but I always hear guys say they feel it in their stomach.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
basically,
that's what
Okay.
Seabass
Yeah.
is saying.
Deep
Okay.
inside a pain, an ache.
Yeah.
But not everybody feels
And
this.
and by the way, it's not like it's not a constant discomfort or pain, but you better believe the next time that you get like a rod or whatever and you're ready, like you will kind of like feel this like sensitivity or almost like have your balls ever hurt, Greg? Just like they have like almost like a soreness to them or whatever.
Sure.
Same thing. And the only thing that fixes that is a release.
But I'm with Menace on this.
It's like a hose that's been kinked.
I've heard of it my whole life.
Yeah.
Never experienced it,
experienced
and
it.
I've never fully wrapped my head around
And
it.
by the way,
Yeah.
we've experienced wanting to release and not releasing. That's not what we're talking about.
That's
Correct.
a mental, emotional.
Right.
thing.
You still have it like it's like women who are horny and they're not getting it.
Right. But I'm talking about a medical pain.
Someone says
Correct.
blue balls are fake news. Your balls never. No, they're never blue in color.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's just what it's called.
Yeah.
But
No, guys, it's a deep hue.
Yeah, it's
almost-
Smurf blue.
Almost
No.
Plummish.
No, their balls are
No.
just sad.
Yeah.
Might cry
Okay,
a little bit.
So some get it, some don't, but it is real to those
Yeah,
who
it's a
feel
real
it.
thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, some people will use that, especially as a younger guy, to your
Oh, to
advantage. Like,
coerce.
oh, well, blue ball.
Oh, we have to.
You're blue balling me.
You have a hand.
I mean,
Yeah,
well,
right,
figure it
exactly. No, and you know what? I've had to resort to that in those situations. It's not like, I'll just wait around. No, man,
No.
that soreness, and it'll go away. If it's like you feel better if you puke.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Same thing.
Yeah, so it's same kind of thing. You do what you got to do.
That being said, Greg, how hard is it just to lend a guy a hand, you know?
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
not difficult.
True.
And everybody wins.
Thank
It's
you.
enjoyable
Yeah.
for both
Yeah,
parties.
Wait, I was
Exactly.
to say, how does the servicing party win?
Because it's
questions for the fellas.
Work out your wrists?
Sammy, do you got one?
Yeah, I'm curious if there's anything that girls do that you wish was socially acceptable for guys to do as well, but like you don't do them? Like,
I'll answer that.
Okay.
Right now.
Grace got answers there.
I've always, and I have done it, and I've stopped doing it. A man equivalent of a purse.
Oh,
purse.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you
Your
are
Merce.
Your Merce.
like going to a wedding and you're wearing a suit or something like that, or in any situation, you have a phone, you have your wallet, you have your keys, you got your sunglasses, you got your nighttime glasses, you got all this crap, but because you're a man, you can't put it in a bag.
Yeah. Oh, I'd rather carry it all in my hands
And so
than
I
have it
had-
in a bag.
Oh,
I
yeah,
had
dog.
like this shoulder bag / man purse for a while,
Yeah.
and then because of society, I stopped using it. 'Cause
Wow,
I
but you
thought,
can get away with it.
I could.
But aren't guys allowed to wear like the cross body bags?
Yes.
and
Well, no, that's
messengers?
that's
a
a
satchel.
Yeah,
But
if
that's not with a
That's
suit.
if you're hip hop.
Yeah, if you're a hip hop douchebag, and by the
Oh.
way,
Yeah.
that'll change in 2 years because
Right.
they want to just change.
But
Be
I
back
don't
to
see
fanny packs.
why that's socially unacceptable. But yeah,
What about a fanny pack? Can't even wear a fanny pack
to a wedding.
unless you're a wrestler.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like just in like in a business situation, like if you're going into the office, like guys have bags,
Yeah,
you know, or
for
like
work,
a backpack
sure.
or
I
things
mean,
like
yeah.
that. But you're talking about like going to
Like
a
going
wedding,
you're
and
going to a dinner or something like that.
so what would you
Yeah.
coordinate your bag with your suit?
yeah, I mean, I have two. So
Okay.
like a black one and a brown one.
You do?
Yeah.
I sure do.
Of course
like
he
when
does.
from when you're wearing suits and stuff?
I used to. Yeah. I mean, I
Oh,
still have
I knew
them.
you have these casual bags. I
I
didn't know
used
you
to
had them
have
for the
them.
fancy
Yeah.
occasions.
Yeah,
for
the
like
casual
a
work
dinner
one is just
bag.
like a patent leather.
a backpack.
I mean, when we have events, I have to carry like a little bag with me.
Right.
Because
Oh, I know
got
the one
too
you're
much-
talking about. I
Yeah.
love that bag.
well,
Thank
that
you.
makes sense. Yeah.
You want me to get you one?
Babe, I love your bag.
I love Menace's
So that's
bag.
that's a good one, Greg. But I can't think of another one.
Did you ever like wish you could wear makeup when you had zits in high school or something? Like, did you like
No.
nothing
No.
like that? That you
Okay,
ever?
that's probably a good answer. I wish there were something guys could wear that would like. That's a good. That's
Like
a good.
cover
concealer.
up.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yeah.
The girls have like these little stickers now. I want to wear one of those little
Oh,
stickers.
that's.
Oh,
Oh, I see
God.
guys wearing those all the time, but I don't know if
What
they're
kind of guys?
Adults?
I don't know if they're straight.
Yeah, exactly.
They're actually makeup artists.
I know there's
yeah,
so
they're definitely not straight.
it's like a little star or a little
Yeah,
whatever,
heart.
Uh-huh.
a little heart, and you put it
Yeah.
on top of the zit. It's got like
Yeah.
medication on the
Yeah.
backside of it or whatever.
That's like a thing now.
Okay.
I
yeah.
like that.
For kids,
Yeah, that's like
for teenage girls,
Right.
that's a
but, like,
unicorn
come on.
Band-Aid. Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Well, maybe when you go to bed at night, you could put one on, like to get rid of the zit.
Yeah, but
they
no
have
one's gonna see
medication
ya.
you can just put on.
No, true.
Or if I,
but then you're rocking a bloody gory zit.
No, it's not a bloody, gory zit. Like if you have a zit, you can just take the medication, rub it on there, go to bed.
but then
so
that,
you're
that
saying for
smear,
adults, it's
but that smears. I
Right.
like the idea of a product. Yeah, like hopefully it's a leather,
patch.
like a leather patch.
And
yeah.
black.
Oh, yeah. Can I get one
Like
in
a-
matte
like a
black one
black
with
Yeah.
flames
one.
on it?
Right, yeah, and it keeps it from
Yeah.
getting messy. But still, that's a smart move. But yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I know no one's going to admit this, but I thought somebody would at least say crying being acceptable. But
great.
I
Cries
know
all
a
the time.
dude, a very straight dude, who loves every once in a while to put on a pair of lacy women's underwear.
No, see that's
No.
just
no, that's
That's
never
that's
He's
understood
not
that.
in my
He-
house, by the
He's
way.
not telling
Yeah.
you the full story.
yeah,
that's a creep.
exactly right.
That's a
Right.
creep and a perv.
I have never
Yeah.
understood
He's not very
that
straight.
at
No.
all.
Got other problems.
He says he is.
Look at what
Yeah.
a pretty girl I am.
He doesn't. He just. He told me in confidence
Yeah, that he
Why?
totally,
that he'll wear them under his like
Yeah.
regular. clothes.
and he
Yeah.
talks as well.
Yeah,
Seabass
man,
is right. He's not telling you a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I didn't
We got some
realize.
more questions from the ladies. Questions for the fellas coming up here in just a moment. 877-44-WOODY. You can hit us up with a text over to 22987. Somebody on the blue ball thing said, I would equate it to a kidney punch.
Oh boy.
I
Yeah.
feel bad for those guys because I believe them, but yeah, it's-
Yeah, the other thing is you just tug one and you could be good. It was a younger man thing. Like as an adult, I mean, I know it's happened, but like it's not like a frequent thing at all. Somebody said blue balls are a buildup. The longer it goes, the more it hurts. I've had it so bad that I couldn't walk until I released the pressure.
Okay,
my
then
God.
my follow-up question would be, then go
Then go,
masturbate.
yeah,
Yeah.
You don't have
go
2 minutes?
tug it.
How, what?
This
Yeah.
other dude says it's a myth.
I-
So not everyone feels
I'm
it.
you
borderline
told-
thinking it's a myth.
yeah. If you told,
No.
because again, the Greg and I Menace, we've never had it happen to us.
If, I,
yeah.
if I hadn't experienced it, I,
High five, bro.
I probably wouldn't. I would probably think it was just one of those things where you would just tell
Yeah.
chicks it's like just
Yeah.
a tip kind of thing.
Right, right.
like if it
Just
got
to
to the
try-
point of pain, go jerk it.
And question for the fellas. We talked a little bit about blue balls, and then Sammy had a question about like what's something that's acceptable for women that as a guy you wish you could do.
Yeah. The purse.
That was a Greg said carrying
Like
a
some
purse
sort
or
of
bag.
purse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immerse.
Yeah. I mean backpacks all is acceptable, but like can't really wear a backpack. I mean, you could with a suit.
It would be odd.
Yeah.
You show up at a fancy dinner with a
God.
backpack,
It's not great.
they might frisk you.
Did you
I
forget
hate-
your homework?
I hate dressing up so much. I hate it. I
Really?
hate.
That's
Oh
kinda
my god,
fun.
I hate it. No, I know. Well, you look good. I'm telling you, you're like a good-looking guy.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
You know, and it's like
different.
it's just not comfortable.
Do
I want
you
to be
have a
comfortable.
It's
suit?
very
Do
uncomfortable.
I own a suit?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
don't.
Wow.
You gotta rent them.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, because you never know what size you're
Size,
gonna
exactly right.
be for the event.
Wow.
Nailed it. For the next question, let's go to Morgan. So, Morgan, what's your question? Question for the fellas.
Okay, I'm struggling with how to word this where I don't sound like a bitch. So
Cheers.
forgive me, everyone.
Just let it fly.
And maybe this is a reflection of myself. I see a lot of girls dating men and they're not cute, right? And I see, oh, how did you get him? Guys, does personality really do it for you? Or do you like hit a stage in life where you just don't care about looks as much and you settle? Or
So you're saying the guys
you're-
are dating not cute girls?
right.
Oh, okay.
Or
Oh,
maybe they're like
okay.
not in
I
shape.
tell you,
or,
I know this. I've seen this a lot too. I see a lot of, especially younger guys now who are younger, good-looking, fit dudes with
Yep.
pigs.
yes, sorry, I didn't want to say it like that.
Well, that's
Jeez.
always
It's
no,
wow. It's the
but
same
dude,
thing.
They're
that's always
overweight.
been a thing in like the bodybuilding world, where
Yes,
like
but
the guys, the bodybuilders,
Right.
they're like crazy swole.
Again, that's
and then they're always
but
with
what,
like some
again, this is true, but that's not what
out-of-shape-
Morgan and I are talking about.
Right.
It's
This is a
every-
normal,
everyday.
cute guy.
I
and-
think.
Yeah, they're just.
I think
they don't-
also. Sorry to interrupt, but I think it also might be the women that'll be able to deal with the gym rat mentality, dude.
Again,
This is not even
nothing
a
to do with
gym
that,
rat.
Ness.
Really?
This is a
Okay,
regular
my bad.
guy.
You're
That's just,
derailing.
like a 7 or up.
Yep.
Good, tall, good-looking dude, right? But you can just tell the girl does not either take care of herself or, not to be judgy, is not hot enough for him.
Right, and then again, assuming no kids, because this is without kids. I see this
Right.
now.
Young people.
Well,
Are we talking married or not married?
no, I'm
no.
I'm like talking 30s and stuff.
Yes.
Maybe
Well,
they are married, but
I'm saying whether it's the couple married because it's some people they
Let
got
themselves
together.
go.
They were both like taking
Yeah.
care of themselves, and then one
Oh,
get married
maybe.
and one
That's
person.
possible, but again,
Let it go.
I'm seeing young couples.
So a
So
lot of them let themselves go.
to answer Morgan's question, personality it matters, but not that much. You can.
that's what I thought. Yeah, like how do
No,
I?
because you
how
guys
do
are
I
always
do that?
talking about, oh God, I would leave her so fast for these dumb little things.
Exactly.
So, but that obviously, it personally does matter because you're not
It
going
does.
to deal with somebody like
It
that.
matters for a relationship. It doesn't matter just for like a casual dating thing.
So here's
But are
So if
you
you're out and about
settled?
and
For a
you
hookup.
see you're seen together,
Right.
it doesn't mean that this is like a long term.
to answer Morgan's
affianced.
question, some guys are straight up losers, and they don't know or don't believe that they could get a hotter girl. That's
okay.
one. What's one very common thing.
Okay,
Number two, everybody's fat nowadays.
that's so
Yeah.
That's
true.
what Robert
Okay.
Kennedy's been saying. Everybody's a fat pig these days, so
Yeah.
there's just not as much supply out there.
Yeah.
Drives me crazy.
Again, a lot of people let themselves go.
But again, we're talking about
Don't I
young
know it.
people.
Yeah, yeah.
We're not talking about 50, 60.
But yeah, even young people though.
Yep.
But I tend
Once
to
they're
see
in a
it
committed relationship.
the other way around, where you have hot, famous chicks like Heidi Klum, for example. She dates her dating resume is looks like a bunch of homeless slobs.
Yeah.
you know,
true.
I don't get it. That's the real question. When you have a hot woman dating some dorky, look at Ariana Grande.
Yeah, she has a
She's-
type.
714 said I had a past girlfriend, attractive, but everybody else thought that she was fugly. I couldn't explain it.
Oh,
Okay.
It's from John.
Just attracted to
You have
her.
an ugly type.
pheromones. Yeah.
I guess. Questions for the fellas.
Yeah. So when you put your pants on, do you have to like tuck in your junk like to one side, or does it just go where it goes? And then I have a follow-up question.
I don't wear pants that tight.
Yeah, our pants are not that tight.
So
correct.
that's not even an issue.
That's also
Not an
true.
issue,
Yeah.
no.
Okay,
but,
so
but I think most guys have a preferable
Side.
direction for it to.
like a tailor's
Go.
like, what side do you dress to, sir?
I would
Is
say,
that what that
well,
means?
That's what that means.
I would like. I don't know. I would say they guess to the left then.
Yeah,
it,
to the-
it
mine's to the
falls
left.
to the left.
Right. It's,
Interesting.
It's rarely straight on.
Really? Okay. Well, then follow up. When you cross your legs, does your ween go under or between
I
or
don't cross my
above?
legs like that.
Do
I,
it.
I cross my legs like a.
Yeah, I
like
do
No,
almost
it.
do it right now and
Uh-huh.
tell me
I
where
do
it
that 'cause
goes.
it keeps my legs
like
warm.
a figure four. Look,
It goes up.
It doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, guys who
Yeah.
cross their thighs are not to be trusted.
Okay, but do it
Yeah.
just for me right now. And tell me where
I
it
just don't. I can't. You
Well,
know.
it depends on what leg you're crossing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Over which
But does
leg.
it go under or
No, wait,
above?
Above.
Do you see how I'm
Where's-
sitting?
It's up top.
No, I get it. I get it.
It would be crushed otherwise.
I'm sitting like
So
this.
yours just kind of
Yeah.
flops.
Like my.
Yeah. The ween is not the issue. It's
Like
the
my foot, my ankle is sitting on my
Yeah.
knee of the opposite leg.
Because, like, remember
It's-
that story of a certain actor from a certain sitcom that may have been the titular character sat on his balls and had to go to the hospital?
Yeah,
Oh.
because I was just about to say, like, The nads are the issue, not
Yeah.
the
Oh,
lean.
okay.
Correct. You can sit on your nuts. That is,
How?
Yeah.
How long are they?
but no, because what happens is like it doesn't take a lot of a twist to get it to where like you don't even notice it like in the moment because you have jeans on or whatever, and like this happens to be like sometimes in the car. Okay,
Yeah,
so,
dude, that's what I was about to say. Same thing.
Yep.
Every single day,
Yeah.
and I always forget that I'm crushing my nads when I'm trying to get out of the building. When I go in my back pocket to get the key card
to get out of the garage.
to get out of the garage,
Yeah.
because I'm always like
Shifting.
leaning over.
yeah, I'm leaning and squeezing my nads together with my legs,
Yeah,
like
No,
getting the key out.
So like my thing is like not necessarily like sitting on it, but it'll be kind of like because of the way you're sitting, it's almost like twisted a little bit, and then you don't realize it till you stand up, and you're like, oh
They go,
god, yeah, or like you shift a certain way while you're in your seat, and then all of a sudden it's kind of like a narm, like
Excuse
you're
me?
like a numb
Numb
arm.
arm.
Oh, I've never
Yeah.
heard it called
Narm,
that. You know, I
narm.
love a portmanteau.
Narm.
A narm.
Yeah, like when your like limb falls
Right,
asleep
right,
kind
right.
of thing. You don't realize it necessarily at first.
yeah,
Oh.
I'm really big into man spreading.
Yeah.
And I know it's been banned in public.
Well, I've seen you guys, not you guys, but guys in general, walk and then like do like a side step out when they walk. Is that to like,
Yes.
It's usually to adjust or to
Let it sway.
yeah,
wow, okay.
because it might be stuck to your thigh.
Mhm.
God, I have so many more ball questions.
All right, Sammy.
Yeah,
question for the fellas.
I want to know what your least favorite traditional gender role is. Like, is it when you have to go kill bugs, or is it like how you have to be protection? Like, oh, you go check it out, go look and see who it is, and you're like, I don't want to either, just because I'm a guy.
It's I can tell you that. And well, Greg's is obvious, but with the bugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in a household with two men who are deathly afraid of
I
bugs.
know Woody
And
agrees.
99% of the time it goes to Mario.
Woody agrees with this one. Is that happy wife, happy life? Is that
Oh,
you can't come to the logical conclusion of
Yes.
an issue because
Yeah.
she's going to be irrational, and you just have to deal with that.
I feel like we had that pendulum swing from, where the woman was at home waiting for the guy with the slippers and his pipe for when he gets home from work
Oh,
and,
that's so good.
and just catering to his every whim, to now it's like we're tiptoeing, we're walking on eggshells. We're supposed to feel like we should around our wives or girlfriends because, God forbid, we, quote, get in trouble with
Yeah,
your
but you
partner.
guys are
Like, I
kind of-
hate that so much.
That's kind of self-imposed. Like, why would you allow that? Like, oh, I don't want to be in the doghouse.
Well,
like, I would never.
Because people do feel like dudes feel pressure.
That's a good point, Gina. But a lot of guys they'd rather just back off.
They will just
Yes.
deal with the nagging.
Sounds like a you
because they don't
problem.
want
Yes.
to deal with nagging.
Yep.
you need to have a little chit chat with your wife and say, cut the nagging.
Oh,
Hey,
watch.
we're lips to God's ears.
Because that
guess-
doesn't fly in my house.
Doesn't
That's
fly in
either
my
way.
house either.
Yeah, damn right.
And I'm the one that's going, yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, he's very logical, but there'll be times I'm just like, yeah, but logically you're off. The math is wrong.
I love the silent treatment.
Oh, it's the best, right?
Yeah, it's
you know
awesome.
What, you know what my husband does when he's really mad at me? He cleans.
Oh.
That's his like way of getting back at me, and
Oh, he
it's the
cleans?
best.
Oh, how
yeah,
dare
I think
he.
it's just his way to like ignore me and like do
Oh.
something, and I support it.
Yeah. The silent treatment rules.
Yeah.
That's great.
So uncomfortable.
And then the other thing is like that whole, well, if you're in trouble, you're going to be banished to the couch.
That's
We
insane.
brought this up before.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the one who's so uncomfortable or so upset that I can't stand sleeping next to you.
Well, and I've
So
never,
if you have the problem, like, you get up and go. Why is it on the
Yeah.
guy?
in previous relationships when I lived with somebody, if we were fighting, I would just go sleep on the couch or in the other room. I would never be like, you out. Like, that's weird. I'm telling you, I don't want to be in here.
When we're not talking, we're sleeping. So
Right.
why can't we just sleep in like your own bed? Like,
Yeah.
To answer
Dumb.
Sammy's question, my least favorite gender role, and I remember talking about this years and years and years ago, is that I feel, and even though I don't have kids, that the role of the father is often so underrated. When you have a successful woman who has a family and a career, she's always asked, how do you balance family with career?
Girl
Nobody
boss.
asks a man that.
True.
Yeah.
He's equally a father as she is a mother. Not one man has ever been asked, how do you balance family with career?
Yeah, there's
think
there's
That's
plenty
true.
of
That's a
yeah.
good point,
like
Greg.
fathers are like just total nobodies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're never like online posting about it,
Right.
like saying,
Well,
"Oh
'cause
my god, I
Papa Bear.
gotta deal with."
And they assume that the dad does nothing when he gets home. He still has to take care of all the other gender roles.
Yeah.
Take out the garbage, take care of the cars, take care of the yard, and the kids.
women
Right.
will complain about being objectified or whatever in movies or TV shows or commercials. guys, especially now, are portrayed to be dumb, idiots, morons. The dad's always an idiot.
They can't survive on their own.
Yeah, the husband's always a retard. Like it's so
It's
like
because we'll take it. It's because
right.
because you can make fun
and
of
that's
us
acceptable.
You can make fun of us all day. We're not going to go cry about it.
Yeah.
Right. And
Well,
objectification.
sounds like you guys are kind of crying about it.
On one of my favorite shows, AGT, like when dudes come out to do some sort of stunt and they all take their shirts off, the ladies are like, we don't even care what you did. We just want to see you without your shirt. Imagine if dudes said, hey,
God.
I don't even care what you do. I got
take
you
off your pants.
Yeah, you'd be canceled.
Like men are
be
always
destroyed.
objectified.
It's called a double standard, you jerks.
Yeah.
Look into it.
Seabass question on the text. Can Seabass clarify what's not to be trusted of men who cross their thighs?
We used to work with one of those guys, and it's self-explanatory. They're just kind of like little wisps.
Yeah.
What?
They're not to be trusted with I
Yeah,
don't know,
they're
like
not.
manually responsibilities.
Huh.
Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
that means you first off you're skipping leg day if you can cross your thighs.
It says something about the man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a theater major.
Because I think it's kind of hot.
It's a theater major.
Yeah.
Like if a really manly
Theater
dude
dork.
crosses his legs.
Yeah.
I'm
you
like,
mean
oh.
crossing thighs, not legs.
I don't know. Like if you see like John Hamm or Bradley Cooper.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like-
no, definitely with his nails out. No.
No. I'm saying like the leg. I'm using my arm because you can't see my legs.
No. I mean like a regular proper like leg cross, but like on a super hot guy. Like when that's what I'm saying. Like when Bradley Cooper or something does it in an interview, I'm like, okay. Because it's like you're so confident.
The Woody Show.
Well, we're going to wrap up this round of questions for the fellas.
So I have a question for you. I don't know if you guys have heard about this movement, intactivism.
Yes, I've interviewed those guys several times.
Okay, of course.
It sounds
okay.
familiar, but
These
remind
are-
me what it is again.
These are the guys that lead the whole like anti-circumcision movement because it's wrong.
Yeah.
And I want to know, first of all, do you get where they're coming from, or do you think they're dumb?
I don't get it. I would
It's
not want an
all dumb.
uncircumcised dong.
It's
all
dumb.
So little people that are into this, I just don't care to follow.
But in
yeah.
general, would you rather?
Yeah.
The question:
Would you rather be circumcised
Let
or
it be your
uncircumcised?
choice as an
All
adult.
I know is circumcision, so I'm saying circumcision.
Yeah.
It's a non-issue because you grow up a certain way and it was not your decision. Who cares?
And I don't remember. People go, "Oh, it's so traumatic." Like I don't remember.
Yeah, you were
Do you
like,
does anybody remember
couple
their
hours old.
circumcision?
Of
Unless you were an
not.
adult and got it
I don't
done.
remember being 5 years old.
Yeah.
well, I know somebody who did do it as an adult, and he said it was
Oh.
the most horrific thing he's ever been through in his
Well,
life.
yeah. I mean, guys get creeped out about vasectomies,
Yeah.
even though I went through one of those. That was no big deal.
Yeah.
But
But
there's-
like people get all worked up
Well, here's one thing
about
I
it
didn't
just
realize
because of what's going on.
and
Right.
because I don't think that adult men really know what's going on in a circumcision because I didn't until recently.
Why don't you tell us?
So it's not just that they make an incision down the middle of the skin that covers that part. It's that they then use that to pull the sweater neck back,
hoodie?
and
Yeah.
then they have to stitch the bottom of the sweater neck to the base, or else it would just flap right back up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh, I thought they used some kind of glue.
yeah. well,
It was Gorilla Glue.
Yeah.
I think we all learned a lot.
I think like the mom had like her hot glue
I mean, if
gun
you just
out or
think about it,
something.
if you had a sweater neck and you just
Right.
put a slit down the middle,
Yeah.
I got you.
you have to
Yeah.
pull it
All
back
right.
now you
and
just
tie
have
it down.
a big collar.
Questions for the ladies.
Yeah.
Do you prefer to see a circumcised or
please.
uncircumcised?
Circumcised.
Well,
Yeah.
she's
And I've seen both, and I'm not.
yeah.
It looks like
Sammy?
an old
I
roll-on.
don't know if I've seen both, but from what I hear, when they're
You
excited,
can't
they're
tell.
the same. So
I know, but like
I don't think it makes a difference.
your guy's
really.
getting out of the shower. He's got his anteater penis. Yeah. What about you,
I think
Morgan?
they're all funny. So
I don't have a preference because I was married to a British guy, so he was uncircumcised.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the first time you see it, it's kind of like culture shock, but then you get used to it.
That's culture
Yeah.
shock.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, thank you everybody for your help.
Thank you guys for being
Ladies.
so candid.
You know, we try. We're trying to learn about
appreciate
each other. This is good.
Try to
Yeah.
learn.
People need to learn about each other.
That's right.
It's a better world.
That's how we'll get along.
More Woody shows coming up. Hang on.